batting. The couch. Welcome to episode 3. 2-3 Brews, Stump, Brian, whatever you want to call me. My guy, Brandon Barnes here, ready to deliver absolute greatness. And I think that's the only way to sum it up. Greatness today. Our guy, Sam Brenner, former Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl 50, played for the Dolphins, the Broncos, the Utah Ute. Now he's just a physical specimen more than he was before. Absolute heater of an interview with him on his story. We're going to dive into some just news and sports. Just to have a good old time. What do you say, B? What do you say, dude?
I say let's have a blast. And the interview with Sam is exactly that. It is a blast. It's gold. But let's get into some of our daily updates. Huh?
Yeah, daily updates. I think it was either late Tuesday. So it's we're Thursday, April 23rd here that this is launching. I think it was Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, maybe, that the Red Sox finally got their punishment. And I think I say that the wrong way. Maybe I should say Alex Cora got his punishment. Maybe the right way to sum it up. So I'll educate everybody and then let's dissect it. So the Red Sox are stripped of their second round pick in the 2020 amateur draft, which whatever's the second round pick, you lose one pick, whatever. Their advanced scout and replay coordinator, who basically they're saying was the cause of this and the one that did everything, J.T. Watkins, suspended for the year.
Guy.
There has to be a fall guy, right? There's got to be some guy.
Got to be a fall guy.
In politics, money, sports, there's always got to be a fall guy.
And I get you, that guy's going to be rich.
Oh, dude,
he's the fall guy. He's making bank.
He doesn't have to worry about it. Exactly. So he's not getting paid this year, whatever it is, what it is. But he is able to hold his previous role the following year in 2021. And then Alex Cora, what everyone was kind of waiting for is what it looked like for him. And he's just suspended for the year.
That's it.
So just like AJ Hinch, just like everybody else with the Astros, well, management and GM, suspended for the year. But the Red Sox get off with nothing.
A second round pick in the 2020. I mean, you got to look at it though. 2020, this draft coming up, it's going to be very limited, right? Because there's only going to be 5 rounds.
Yep.
So why not just strip them of the first round? It's already going to be a tough draft as it is. Make it a little harsher. Take away that first round pick. Take them all away. Take all the picks away. They don't even get a draft.
You know what? You guys sit this one out. We'll do it again next year.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think you nailed it, right? They got to have a fall guy. It's a storied franchise. It's not like it's the Astros. I hate to say it, but it's not like it's the Astros or the Tampa Bay.
Is Boston. We're talking about Boston.
Yeah. There's lots of history there.
Yeah.
And you can't tarnish that name with anything crazy. Unless, and look, I'll be fair. I don't like Manfred much. I think what he's done so far has been kind of
he's whatever. Yeah.
It is what it is. And I get it. He's in a tough position, right? He has to do what the owners want. He's stuck in between a rock and a hard place 90% of the time. But I don't know. I mean, did he not get enough evidence? Were the players a little more difficult, even though they had immunity? And I'm using the air bunnies for you people on the podcast.
I don't know. The immunity is not going to hold up too much anymore after all the backlash they got with the Astros immunity players. Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. Punish the crap out of them, dude. They cheated. Plain and simple.
You can't possibly tell me that this guy was in there twisting people's arms, saying, "Hey, look, I got this intel." They're basically what they're saying is he was changing his reports, his scouting reports, from signs that he was getting in the middle of the game so the players could see it. And I'm not playing at a high level. I never did. I don't think that makes that big of a difference after the year before they were using Apple Watches. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm over this cheating scandal stuff, dude. Like, yes, we want to put it behind us, but they need to freaking just punish the crap out of these guys. Make an example out of somebody, not Cora's going to be back, obviously, in a year after his suspension. And then you've got this, J.T. Watkins guy.
He can go back to his role. I basically said
fall
that
guy. Yeah, but I mean, what is he, advanced scout replay? Like,
yeah, he's an advanced scan and replay coordinator.
Let's make a little bigger name take a fall here, huh?
Yeah, and what I find funny is he's the guy, right? He's the guy that's in. I don't necessarily know that he's in the ear, but he's the guy relaying everything to Cora on if he needs to challenge a play, if he needs to do those types of things. So
yeah, there's a lot. I mean, it's just a joke, but
yeah. Look, I think we can beat a dead horse around just talking about this because it's our opinion over something that's already been decided. It is what it is.
Yeah,
but
you got to punish them, dude. Screw it, punish them.
Yeah, the Astros didn't get it. They both got a slap on the wrist. What's to stop the next team from doing it, right? That's the whole point.
If that's all we're gonna get, let's keep doing it. That's
right.
Thought.
Yeah, who's the next fall team?
It's millions of dollars we're talking about. It's not just
exactly.
Hey, we're playing a game. Like these guys are making millions of dollars, and the younger guys are gonna want to make millions of dollars. Why not cheat if it's a slap on the wrist?
Look, everyone's looking for an edge, and if that's your edge in that highly competitive environment, and you're a younger guy, or there's just you're taking whatever you can.
It's not the steroid era anymore, man. It's a technology era.
It's the tech, exactly. I think
it's the tech era, dude.
Exactly. So, you're not juicing. You're just getting everything you can from analytics and video and
get it all.
Hit it all. But look, again, I think I said it, but I don't want to beat a dead horse on this. I think
dude, I'm over the Red Sox. I'm over the Astros scandal. Like I'm over this whole scandal. Let me know what's going on with the MLB, the show tourney. That's what I need to know.
I knew you were going to bring that up. I'm not even going to talk about the records. I'm not even going to talk about the standings because the NL
you don't
East,
have to.
Because the NL East is obviously not showing up. The NL East decided to mail it in. I don't know, mail it in, but they're not doing well. Your NL West is definitely playing above mine if we're talking about the bet. And I think the one that surprises me, to be honest with you, was Juan Soto. His record's gotten a lot better. He's 6-9 now as of yesterday. But I mean, you probably got. I haven't added up the totals for today, but you've got a good 5-10 game lead on me right now. About a week to go. And you know who your pick was. You know who your
he's
pick
so
was.
Bad. Wait, my pick? Like
no,
my overall pick?
Who was your overall pick?
It had to be. I think I took Hunter Pence, right?
Hunter Pence, and you were all about your guy from Colorado too.
Oh, David Dahl. Well, I got to take the Rockies guy, man. Got to show a little love, and
I respect that.
Pretty sure he hasn't won a game in this tournament.
No, he's actually stepped it up a little bit. I think he's 5-12 or 5-14. I think something.
Okay. Dude, name a late push.
He's a slow starter. It's okay. It's okay. But I think
he probably wasn't on the sticks very much,
Hey, I respect that, dude. Get your hacks in under the in the offseason.
He's out there. He's raking in the cage, dude. He ain't playing on the sticks.
Absolutely. I think the guy that shocked the world though is Joey Gallo.
Dropping bombs with his own player.
Dude, I read something. I read something insane too, like a week ago. Maybe it wasn't a week ago or it was over the weekend. He's outscored people like 70-something to 20-something. Like
the guy hits homers in real life and in video games.
And in video games, it doesn't matter. It's fantastic.
Just dingers everywhere.
Yeah, and of course Blake Snell. Blake Snell's just dumb.
Yeah,
I think he has the best record overall right now.
I told you he's a straight gamer, bro.
He looks like a gamer. He's filthy on the mound. Like he's someone I'd want to have a beer with. Like
filthy on the mound, dude. Like, it's not a fun at bat. Even as a right-hander facing a lefty, like those are the days you check the lineup and you're like, oh, not in there.
You give me 5 hacks and it's still not going well. Give me 5 strikes and we'll see how that works out. So here's my question though. It's not looking pretty for me right now. Unless my team gets hot, my division gets hot. I think we said that the loser had to wear
whatever the winner wanted them
whatever the winner wants on the next episode. Which probably wouldn't be episode 4, it'll be episode 5 that's on.
Yes.
So what do you got in store if I'm the loser?
Ooh, we're going, we talk about the quarantine mullet or the business at home mullet.
The work from home mullet, yeah.
The work from home mullet. But I'm going to take it a step further, and I'm going to go waist up. You're going full prom outfit. We're going nice shirt. You're going blazer. You're going tie. And even if you have a fedora or something, I mean, I want you to go like you're styling.
So I got most of that. I mean, I got full business professional for work, clearly. So
That's what I need. I need that. I
don't
need
have
you
a
looking
fedora. That's the hat thing,
top.
right? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah.
The little,
Oh yeah.
Look at I mean, I'm bald, but I don't have that. I
Get
don't
you
have
a
that
top
coverage.
hat, bro.
Get you a top. I'm sure Decker's probably got a hat I can wear around here, like his fireman hat or something. I could really just go all next level for you.
Yes. What do you got for me?
If my team makes a resurrection and just a late pusher, they get hot while it counts. For those of those that don't know you, you are
You don't need to tell people this.
Oh, I'm
Come
telling
on.
people it's going. You're not a fan of the cotton balls.
No, I hate. It's not that I'm not a fan of it. I hate cotton balls. I
was being
period.
kind. I was being nice. I don't know why you had to go so deep there. I wasn't.
It's a passion. I passionately hate cotton balls.
I think my favorite is you've told me before you can hear. You can
Oh,
hear.
I can. Yeah.
You can't hear cotton balls.
Scrunching and just the feel. Yes,
that's ridiculous.
Disgusting. It is disgusting.
There's been a long since conversation with my wife, or with your wife and me, that one off season before you leave or when you get home, I was gonna do something with cotton balls where you wouldn't know about it. But this way, if I do win, your daughters will make you a cotton ball crown that you will wear.
Gosh. No, if you make this comeback, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I've got a couple calls in. I talked to Hoskins the other day and let him know. I said, look, buddy, I need a big pull here.
Step it up.
And he had a good weekend. Things have changed. But look, if we're being honest, it's I'm gonna need everybody to get hot, because I think there's only one of the 5 teams or one of the 5 players that are over 500 in my division right now. So,
your division is not very good, and I don't know why you picked that division. In the first place,
I thought they were the younger crowd,
younger generation. Yeah,
I figured Juan Soto would be a little bit better, but
but the generation that came up and developed these games and played these games. Right, just because we got these. I mean, the younger kids, they're Fortnite kids, man. That's all they do now is play Fortnite. They don't play MLB The Show or Madden, right? They're Fortniters.
Madden.
No disrespect to Fortnite. Heard it's a great game. I don't play it, but
I've never played it, but I've watched, or I've seen. Obviously, we've all seen it, right? That's kind of a dumb thing to say, but I can't do any of the dances because I'm a terrible dancer. But yeah, it's my division. My pick's struggling, and I need I need a big push. I need a big pusher at the end.
That's bad.
Sad. But our last bit of news before we give you guys the man, the myth, the legend. I don't really know how else to sum him up, but he is the man, the myth, the legend. Gronk is back.
Gronk is back. Out of
the GOAT.
Retirement.
And Gronk.
The GOAT and the GOAT.
The GOAT and the GOAT. Yeah, 100%.
This is, I mean, the Bucks winning the Super Bowl. I got the Bucks winning the Super Bowl. I'm going to Vegas and throwing some money down.
And you know what? I saw the stinking stat line too today, and I didn't write it down. I should have done it. It's just been this whole work from home thing and parenting at the same time doesn't go very well.
It's not going very well.
It's not going well at this house. But dude, New England gets a 4th round pick.
Yeah.
For Tampa Bay, and gives Tampa Bay a 7th round pick, and obviously retired Gronk, whatever that means, plus his, I think it's like $10 or $11 million salary. Which
whatever,
sure,
Super Bowl. Yeah, that's all we want.
Bruce Arians loves tight ends. Let's go.
Yes,
he gets them plugged in, dude. Just because I'm terrible with names, I'm gonna forget them. But Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Cameron Brate, dude,
Howard, dude, got it. They got it all. And I'm telling you, they're my pick to click. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. Die hard.
I'm sorry,
but I'm taking the Bucks this year, man. I mean, I want to see, just because everybody hates on Brady so much, I want him to just go somewhere else, do his thing, win a championship, win a Super Bowl, and say, "Hey, I'm out. I can do it anywhere."
So he signed a 2-year, $50 million deal, right?
What's $50 million, dude? To that guy.
Doesn't matter. He doesn't have to stay, but
his wife's richer than he is.
Dude, it's impressive.
Yeah.
That's like winning the dream right there.
Okay.
So here's the thing. So I personally think he said, I'm out. The one thing I haven't done, I haven't won without Bill. I haven't won without the Patriots. I'm going to go do it on my own, because he knows he can. People can say what they want. He's
Brady.
He's Tom Brady. He finds a way to win.
He's the best.
He's the GOAT. So do you think that's the reason? Do you think this was all kind of planned in a way? Like,
Oh, him and Gronk are close.
oh,
Him and
dude, so
Gronk are
close.
real close. So I see it. It was a thing for sure. And I thought I saw something a little while back about Gronk saying like, talking about retirement and like he might be coming back. I think he was on. It was on like the Daily Show. Or he was on some random like
Sure.
show, and he was just talking about how there's a possibility that he could come back. So I think it's been in the works between them two for a while.
Oh,
But what I want to talk about is this 4th round pick going to New England. Is this going to be the next stud that Bill Belichick just delivers to the world? Because Belichick is good at developing late round picks.
yeah. Look, I think it's possible. I don't think they break 500 next year. I don't. Who's going to throw the ball? Who they going to throw it to? They have no one on offense.
Oh, they got Edelman, right? Is that their guy?
That's it.
Is that their guy?
That's it. Yeah. And dude, after all this, there's all those funny like memes that say like, those fake ones, and it's like Edelman to the Bucks. I was like, holy Jesus Louise, the whole Patriot team is going to the Bucks. I was like, oh, it's just a fake. It's a fake one.
I mean, it could be if he stays there 2 years. Edelman could be going there the next year. Why not?
That'd be why. I mean, Edelman, Godwin, Evans. I mean, geez.
Fact. My only thing is Tampa Bay's defense going to be good enough?
Oh God, no. But I mean, let's be honest. They were competitive with Jameis throwing 30 TDs and 30 interceptions last year. And if Tom Brady only gives the ball half of that much,
Jameis, that guy's still playing.
I don't know where he's playing. I don't know I don't know if he's on the. I think he was a free agent this year. I really do. I don't know the ins and outs on that.
Maybe he's going to be handing the ball to Tom Brady during practice.
Dude, I would happily be a backup in the NFL.
I love 100%. That job.
Like I don't have the skill.
I don't have to get hit. I don't have to do nothing. Just
sign me
watch
up.
Tom Brady do his thing.
Tell me if Tom gets hurt, I can go in and suck it up, and no one really cares. Cool, done.
Yes.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. That's for sure. And
yeah, who knows? But enough about Gronk and Tom. I want to get to the man that won a Super Bowl.
He's done it.
He's done it. He has an unbelievable story. It's all about tattoos, football, Oceanside, the grind. And it's epic, dude. It's straight fire. And I can't wait to have Sam Brenner just touch your guys' ears right now.
Oh yeah, he's gonna touch them all up. And yeah, just while we're talking about touching ears, maybe if you're he does get a little aggressive, so maybe some earmuffs if you have young ones. Don't listen to it. There are some expletives. There are not some good words here. So, but look, we want people to be themselves and be able to be free and
it's talk. Authentic. So, just be authentic, man. That's what this is about. So put the wives and children to bed because it's about to get a little crazy.
Absolutely. Don't go anywhere.
He is a Southern California native. He is from Oceanside, San Diego. Mm-hmm. He has an incredible story that we cannot wait to get into. He is a Super Bowl champ. He is just an absolute animal.
A Utah Ute.
A Utah Ute.
Right. As well, yeah.
A Dolphin, but we want to talk about this story, man. This unbelievable story that I've got to talk to you about a little bit back in the day, and we're just excited to get into this. But first off, we didn't know, are you drinking anything right now?
I am drinking. Yeah, first let me say thanks for having me on, guys. But I am drinking. I'm having this big 22 ounce.
Dude,
Garage Brewing, Mango Hef. This is like one of my favorite beers, man. It's super tasty and it'll get you a nice buzz. So yeah,
nice. Well, so what we like to do, we go pop it.
Oh gosh, I was premature. I apologize.
Was I premature?
No, you're good, bro. This guy. Oh, you're drinking out of a can tonight?
Look at that. Well, I figured, we got little San Diego.
Weekend vibes. And I brought We're going San Diego. I brought out the Swamis from Pizza Port.
Solid. Always good. Yeah. I think
That,
so
Garage
this guy,
Brewing is. I think Garage is in LA, so I'm kind of like we're switching spots right now. There you
we're
go.
switching
is
sides.
that the one
Yeah.
that's in LA? Because there's
Yeah.
one in Marietta, I think, too, and they make freaking
Mm,
killer pizza. Their pizza's
that might be.
insane.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Garage or Pizza Port?
Well, Pizza Port too, but
Garage.
Garage is like
Garage.
in that little
Really?
what's it, like little downtown Marietta where it's just kind of like old town. And
Yeah. Oh yeah.
they make phenomenal pizza.
Yes.
Dude, I haven't been there. I gotta go check that out. I didn't even know that was out there.
Oh, it's a good spot. It's a
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good spot.
Stump over here, he's a little classy, bro. He drinks out of a glass. You know, I just drink straight out of the can.
Listen,
But
dude, I'll
he's
Yeah,
high
right.
class
Give
over
me-
there.
There you go.
The-
There you go.
Pinkies up.
Up.
Pinkies up. Pinkies
There you
up.
go.
Yeah, out of the can or the
Yes.
bottle, whatever we're doing. Yeah.
But we want to know about this bum bag video, the pics.
The bum bag
Instagram
video.
bum
Yeah.
bag, bro. Those are epic, dude.
Yes.
Epic.
So like,
tell
so
me the
that's
story behind that.
dude, that's a funny story. Like it was really my buddy. So my bum bag is I don't know if you've heard of them, but like a bunch of my friends who grew up around here ended up becoming professional skateboarders or like filmers, like videographers, like in that industry. And they basically got together and started that company Bum Bag, which is just like, fanny packs and then other weird, crossbody bags and stuff like that. And so the dude who kind of like orchestrated the whole thing was Aussie Brad. His name is, he's from Australia, but what they call fanny packs in Australia is a bum bag. So he just stole that name and then he named their company Bum Bag. And then my friend Dean, he hit me up. I had just got back from like a weekend, I think a summer weekend. And every year I go to Vegas for a weekend and I just got back from that. So I was like completely out of shape, like fresh off a bender. And my buddy's like, hey man, like we're going to make this commercial for Bum Bag and I need you to be in it. And you need to have like baby oil on and like all kinds of crazy shit. And I'm like,
yes.
I'm like, can I get a week of like working out at least before I like get back? And he's like,
training.
we got to do it right. Yeah, exactly. Like he's like, we got to do it right now. And I'm like, well, all right, okay. So yeah, that's where all that craziness came from. But yeah, he made it and then sent it off to Bum Bag. And then I think I don't know when they're going to use it, but all of the dudes saw it and they were like, this is fucking hilarious. Like
It's gold. It is gold.
Epic.
So, yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is sick.
Was there actually
yeah,
alcoholic beverage in that thing though? I gotta know.
Oh yeah, there was. I just continued the bender from Vegas during the shoot. I guess,
Just write it on through.
It was just more vodka. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man. So yeah, talking about that, growing up in Oceanside, are you living there now? And how was it, living in Oceanside, San Diego, man?
Yeah, I am. I came home after I was done playing. Dude, it was great growing up here. Like I wouldn't, you couldn't ask for a better place to grow up. I mean, it is a little like a rougher, like compared to the other areas around in San Diego, it's a little rougher than some of these the cities around here. But it's that kind of like, I don't know, that kind of like help as far as sports and football went. It kind of just helped me with that whole like mentality. Like we were like, you weren't really scared of anybody, but I mean, it's also at the same time, I mean, talking about like, it's rough, like it's gorgeous here and it's 60 degrees, it's 70 degrees every day. Like you're right by the beach, you know what I mean? So like, I mean, there was the best of both worlds really. And yeah, but that kind of like, it was just like, a little more of like a working class place and like that hardworking mentality that kind of helped shape who I was as an athlete as well.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I get it, dude. I grew up in Anaheim and everybody's like, oh bro, you grew up in Orange County. Like, yeah, but bro, I grew up on the other side of train tracks, dude. Like, I didn't grow up on the nice side.
Exactly. Yeah, I wasn't in Laguna Beach.
So,
yeah, fuck.
Yeah, I wasn't down in Newport chilling or Anaheim Hills.
Yeah.
Obviously, I got to move to Anaheim Hills as I made a career for myself. But no, I
That's
know
right.
how it is, dude. I know exactly where you are,
right.
man. Tat game's up, bro.
Tat game is up, yeah, all over the place.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Yep.
Dude, I
How
love
did you-
the straight ocean side on the stomach. Dude.
Yeah.
And I think you were doing
I
that
got my
when we
whole-
met.
Yeah, it's still like a work in progress, but yeah, when we first met, when we were in Denver, I think I maybe only had like a little part of the rib finished, but I have almost the whole stomach done now. So yeah.
Sick. What's the
Definitely
most
hurts.
painful spot? Because I have my chest, a full chest piece. how's the stomach feel? Because I've got a little bit on my stomach, but dude,
stomach is not fun, man. Like it it hurts. like the kind of like the stern. I know, so like the middle of the chest felt kind of weird for me, but like
yeah,
the like upper like sternum belly area right there, that was not fun. And then like when you get over to the sides, like the ribs, I didn't like
ribs.
So
Ribs are brutal, dude.
yeah, they kill, dude. Yeah, that hurt. But you know, I'm lucky. My guy's like real fast, and then we kind of just piece it out and do it like piece by piece.
Yeah.
So I'm not sitting there for like 12 hours just dying. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my last session was like 8 hours straight, and I was dying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But we want to know. We want to know, what was your first, bro? Everybody's got a
My
first.
Yeah, my first was actually, it was my mom's name right here. I don't know if you can see it, but
Yeah,
it says
you can.
Eileen. Yeah. So that was my first one, and like my rationale was like, I think I was only 16 or 17 when I got it, but like I was all, well, like if she finds out, like she can't get mad about it, like it's her name. So, and then, but
Dude,
my dad,
that's
like,
awesome.
Yeah, my dad was like super anti-tattoo, so he saw it. As soon as he saw it, he was like, "You're an idiot!" Like that's the first thing he said. Like, "You're a fucking idiot." So,
Dude, that's crazy to me, because my first tattoo was my last name on my arm, and I was like, all right, well, I was 16 as well. I was like, dude, if I get in trouble, like, like they won't get that mad. Oh, they were still pissed.
Yeah, exactly.
How long were you able to hide it for, though? That's the question.
I hid it for like a full year from my mom, and then I hid it for my second year, for 2 years from my my dad. Sorry, my daughter
you're
woke
good.
up a little bit.
No,
She
you're
ran down
good,
the
bro.
stairs. Yeah.
I got 2 girls, man. He's got 2 boys.
I got 2 boys upstairs. We're good. I was rushing to put them to bed before we did this.
yeah. She's fighting it tonight. She keeps wanting to come back down. So yeah.
That's
sorry
awesome,
about that, guys.
man. No, you're good,
Oh,
bro.
dude,
we get it. That's the whole point. It's all about real life, dude. We're living real life right now. Quarantine.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. Quarantine. That's definitely real life.
Too real, man.
How many do you have, or how many hours? A lot of people ask, like, well, how many tattoos you have? But I count by like hours. Like I have over 100 hours in the chair. So
yeah, I think I'm the same. I really haven't. I kind of just stopped keeping track of like how many and like the time. it's more like I'm working on this area right now. Like I'm in the process of like getting this spot done, and then like when that spot is done, I'll move to the next. Like because I want to do, really what I want to do is I want to have like basically my whole torso done, like, so the whole shirt, the ribs, and then a full back piece, and then after I get that done, I'll be good. Yeah, I don't want to go on the neck or
no
the
leg
hands or
piece,
anything, but yeah. I have a few like random ones on the leg. Like I have some really like shitty like garage tattoo ones on my thighs that like my buddies did. Yeah, like definitely wasn't sober, but like I have a few on there. Yeah, and dude, it surprised me. Like the calf actually hurts like a lot. Like calf hurt because it's like just like skin and muscle. There's like nothing else there. It's I don't know, man. That didn't really feel good. I'll get a few here and there, but.
Yeah, behind the knee's brutal too. I don't know if you ever do a leg piece.
You have your whole leg, don't you? Like
I got it done. I was on the DL 2 years ago, and I was losing my mind, bro. And I was like, I'm gonna go get tatted. I was in New Orleans, and I was like, I spent like 4 straight days in the chair, and I was like, let's go.
Damn, that's intense, dude. So you have like the hamstring and everything done back there too?
Oh yeah, I got the whole all the way up to the Grundle area, I guess, whatever you want to call it.
Damn, nice. Dude.
It's all the way up there.
Dude, how did the hamstring feel? That's got to be crazy.
It stinks. It's not fun. It's not like the inside of the bicep, right? Where like
that wasn't
sucks,
too bad.
but the hamstring, it's brutal, man. It's not fun.
Legs sound pretty intense, dude.
Yeah. We want to get into like, what did retirement? It's big on my mind, right? I'm gonna be 34 here soon.
Yeah.
I've been playing for 16 years. Like, what have you been doing since retirement? Like, what led you down that road of retirement?
Yeah. So really, what prompted it was my last concussion that I had. I had 5 over my career, and my last one was pretty serious. And I ended up actually being on IR. So like DL, so from that one. And it was, my daughter was younger at the time, and like I made a recovery and everything. It took a while. And they said, hey, you can play again, but your chances of having another one are high, and your chances of it being, worse again, like worse than this just was, are also high. And and I was like, and they're like, we don't know what that means, for longevity, or we don't really know, you could permanently have issues, And I was like, well, that sounds pretty heavy. And I have a daughter now, so like, I wanted to think more about her and quality of life and things down the road. So I made the decision to hang it up. Yeah.
Because you're a guy that's got to go when you play. You've got to give everything you got, right? Because you're a guy that kind of bounces on and off the roster. So, and I know how that is in baseball. Like you got to give everything. So when you're hitting to
absolutely
kill somebody, right? Like you're trying to make a squad every day. Yeah,
absolutely, every day. Yeah, you're grinding, man. So like that, I had something to prove every time we stepped on the field. So it was man, it was pretty intense. But so I've been, I've kind of been like, I took some time and just appreciated having time, to like to like do things that you don't get to do, when you're just consumed on so like spending time with my daughter, spending time with my friends, traveled a little bit, like went to Thailand and Brazil and checked some places out, and just kind of like took a breath, after football. And then recently I've been trying, so I want to get, I'm getting ready to get into this master's program. I'd like to get my my master's in kinesiology and try and go on and either be like strength coach, or either in the league or collegiate level, or open my own gym private, anything like that. But I'm really passionate about all this stuff in the weight room, and I love learning about it. So I've been studying for my CSCS, like the certified strength and conditioning specialist. Yeah, and then also they have a Point Loma Nazarene is like a private a small university down here in San Diego, and they have a 1-year accelerated program for kinesiology for masters. So I'm pretty hyped on getting into that, because it's just exciting, man. And like retirement is fun, and it's great having time, but I've kind of become like, I found like I'm missing that, kind of listless, or like, you're just like, well, it's another day, like, I need something to
it's quarantine.
Right. Exactly. It's quarantine. Exactly.
Yeah.
I need something to like pour myself into again. So I've just always, and football was the thing that I'm passionate about it. I love it. I'm going to play, see how far it can go. And I know I love doing this stuff, and I love learning about it. So I'm just going to see how far I can go with it.
Yeah, dude. We can obviously tell, bro. You're a shit brick house right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But I mean, I've been freaking watching you. I mean, ever since we met, I've been following along with you, and like your journey from what was your highest, like 311 pounds, bro?
Yeah, I think I was around 315. Yeah, when I was playing 310, 315. Yeah.
To now you're what?
Yeah. I'm around 270 right now. Yeah.
And just absolutely shit brick house, dude. Like it's just. So like, what has that been like? What's a typical day like, from going from 311 pounds, like meal wise, into like lifting? Like, how does that change, dude? Like from obviously being a offense or being a lineman, like you had to eat, right? You had to keep that weight on, and now it's like you're shredded for
that was that was like that was another good thing about retirement. I'm like, I don't have to stuff my face with food all the time. Like I was like, I can just eat when I'm hungry. And that was really cool. But like, when I was playing, I had to constantly eat. Like I was just like, I have to keep my weight up. I got to constantly eat. And then it's hard because you're also doing like, if you're in season or off season, whatever, you're also like working out constantly. So you have to eat even more to keep your weight up. And it was actually just like really a relief to like be able to be like, I'm going to eat, I'm going to have like some chicken and some greens and some rice, and like not stuff my face with all this and eat, I was eating whatever I wanted when I played, but and then I feel like 10 times better. I have way more energy, drive, my joints feel better, just it was a big transformation.
Yeah. Stump told me he saw, what did you see the other day? You saw him eating what?
Oh, dude, yeah, you put on your story like a couple days ago. It was like 8 egg whites, a whole egg, and then a Kodiak cake. It's like
yeah. Dude, that is I can eat that for breakfast every single day. I'll have like 8 ounces of shredded chicken, a 1 whole egg, 8 ounces of egg whites with a little like green salsa on there, and then a Kodiak cake with some like a little bit of agave on there for the sweetness. Yeah, it's good though, man.
And that's why it's a shit brick house right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I eat 5 eggs, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be huge today. All 205 pounds of me.
You're looking like it though, man. You're killing the garage workouts, huh?
Dude, I'm getting older. I think that's what it is. The weight's staying on now. I mean, I was probably like 200 when we met. I think I was skinny that year because the year before I was like 220, but they wanted me to do speed or whatever. But I'm over that, man. I just want to be jacked.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like just feel good, look good. That's it.
Yeah.
Man.
Shirt off.
That's what I mean,
bro.
Yeah, I saw your post with the Boulevard or Blessed. Yeah, it was Blessed or something.
Yeah.
The one you just put up there. Yeah, dude, you're looking pretty jacked, man. Looking good.
Trying to figure out what's next, you know. Trying to start a clothing line a little while ago. So we'll see where it goes.
Dude,
man.
that's it. That's really sick. That stuff looked rad too, man. And that like,
I appreciate it, bro.
Right. That's another that's another thing about retirement. It's like you're playing, it's like you're in a tunnel, you know. Everything's just kind of every day is scheduled, everything's you know what's coming next, everything's in front of you. Retirement's like an open field. You're like, well, I can go do this, I can go do that, I can do a clothing line, I could do whatever. Yeah. So that's I think that's a cool thing about it too. Yeah,
it's been fun, man. It's been good being home, but you know, I need to finish out playing this last year and see what
absolutely. So this is your 16th 16th season. That's a hell of a career, man. Congrats. That's awesome, dude.
I appreciate it, brother.
That's great.
But I want to know, how did you I played football growing up. I played from like when I was like 10 till my senior year of high school, and you know, obviously I wanted to play collegiate football. I wanted to play in the NFL. But how'd you get into it?
It's crazy. I didn't play football till I got into high school because I had really bad asthma when I was a kid. And I was a bigger kid. I had horrible asthma, like inhaler, everything, dude.
Oh,
shake it. Exactly. Yeah, that one, totally, that one. And like, so I had bad asthma, and I was always a bigger kid. So like Pop Warner in Southern California, it's by weight class, and you do. So I would have been playing against older kids. And so my parents were kind of hesitant. They're like, we don't want you to play against older kids and get like hurt or have an asthma attack or whatever. And like all I wanted to do was play football. And because my dad was a huge football fan, like all I wanted to do was play football. So I really actually played soccer like my whole, like as a youth, I played soccer like for 6-7 years. And then I finally, my freshman year, like middle school, I played like flag football. Then my freshman year, my friends were like, all right, yeah, you can play. So I ended up, I started off playing. I had no idea what I was doing, but like, coaches saw that I had some potential and a good frame. And I ended up, I was as a 3-year, I started on varsity as a sophomore and playing O-line, offensive line and defensive line. And then kind of fell in more to the offensive line. Like that was just a natural fit for me.
So as a senior, were you an All-American, conference player? For me, the biggest thing I was I got to play in the Orange County All-Star game, right? That was my
That's
cool
sick.
thing.
Yeah. So as a senior, I think I was all state. I was all CIF. So like, your district.
Yeah,
and then
your section,
I was all state as an offensive lineman, and then they do a thing in San Diego. I can't remember if I was first or second team all state. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but they do a thing in San Diego, and it was called like the Silver Pigskin. It was like for the best player in the county that year, and I didn't win it, but I was nominated. I was a finalist for the award. So that was probably one of the coolest. That was like one of the cool
legit
things from high school.
It's pretty sweet in 4 years.
Yeah, that's 4 years alignment, like dude, being one of the best players in the states or in the county is pretty legit, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't. You don't see it much for offensive linemen. That's why I was really appreciative that they. It was pretty cool. It was just a cool, cool thing to have.
And then, how did you pick Utah? Like University of Utah, the Utes.
Yeah.
What was the decision to go there?
It's crazy. I Utah is actually a really beautiful place. Like Salt Lake City is a really pretty place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
And yeah, they had a good program at the time. You know, we were good when I was there, but they had just come off of, you know, I think in 04, it did not just come out. So in 04, they had a great year with Alex Smith, and they went undefeated and won like Fiesta Bowl. And then, you know, they had always had a solid program. They were Mountain West at the time. And I had other offers. I had San Diego State. I had some Southern California schools and some other Pac-12 schools. But I was like, you know what? I better like go somewhere where I know I can stay out of trouble in my college career. And not like I feel like if I went to Arizona State, like I probably would have just like never finished.
Bad
you know,
That's not ending well.
Yeah, dude. I would have been like an alcoholic and like a bouncer at one of the nightclubs by the time I was a junior. Like, you know, so you know, so I was just like, well, I go somewhere where I can. I mean, I still had a great time and found ways to get in a little bit of trouble, but it was much more benign than like an Arizona State or whatever those Midwest schools. I know they go hard, man, like Wisconsin and all that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So when you made your decision, did they already move over to the Pac-12, or did they move over your first year there?
So they were, so my first 2 years there, we were Mountain West, and then my last two, we were Pac-12. So junior, senior year, we were Pac-12. Yeah, and they had been, first two were Mountain West. And my freshman year was the year that we went undefeated. We beat Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. So that was I wasn't playing it, but that was like my true freshman.
Damn.
Yeah, that was pretty cool too.
Sick.
Yeah.
Pete Bama, that's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't know. Yeah, no one gave us a shot. No one gave us a shot in that game, but that was a good one. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What's the best part of Utah and the worst part of Utah?
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one. The worst part, yeah. I'll start with the worst part. The worst part is like, it's kind of like, I don't know, man. It's like sensory deprivation up there. Like, there's not a whole lot going on in Salt Lake City, you know? There's like, outside of the college, outside of the university and your buddies on the team and all that, you know, there's a few college bars and things like that. But there's not like, it's a commuter campus, so there's not like a big campus life. There's not like a lot of like the frats and all that stuff. And then, you know, also the whole Mormon thing, like, so things are pretty quiet, you know? Like, I have tons of friends who are Mormon and LDS, and they're great people, but like, you know, that's not like what you're thinking of. That's not like as a college kid.
In college,
that's not your college thought.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, yeah. So that was, But and then the best part, I'd say, you know, like because of that, like I think everybody on the team, on the football team, was really close. Like we were all really close knit. Like, so I still talk to a lot of my buddies that I played with in college. You know, and we kind of just made our own fun there, our own shit. So that was a positive from it.
Did you check out any Salt Lake City Bees games while you were there?
I did actually. I went to a few in the summer. They had one of my buddies, his apartment was like right across from their little stadium there. Yeah,
that's sick, man. Yeah, I played in that stadium a couple times. It's you can actually drive balls in that place because of the altitude, so it's great. Not a pitcher's park, but yeah.
No, that's tight, man.
Great What's the wildest story you got while you were in Utah?
Oof, wildest story. Okay. Yeah.
Things get wild in Utah, right? Things get wild out there.
Yeah, like things. Yeah. Oh man, I'm trying to like. I got some good ones, but like they're a little. I don't know if they're too crazy to tell on the podcast. Like, yeah, good. Dude, like, yeah, there's some good ones. Shit, man, I'm trying to think.
You can give a hard pass if you want, man.
No, I'm not that. I'm not passing that. I'm not passing that. I'll give you guys a good story.
Yes.
No, I'm not gonna shy away from the. Yeah. Man, let me think here. Dude. Okay. This is a good one. We went to the Vegas Bowl one year. So like
Boise
this
State,
was
right?
what? Yeah, we played Boise State. Yeah, and we went to the Vegas Bowl. So it actually wasn't in Utah, but it was our team. It was all the guys. So like we went one year and we had curfew and everything. And, you know, we had to be back in the hotel rooms at like 2 a.m. or something like that.
Yeah. It's a sick curfew, bro.
Yeah. It was a crazy, right? we lost that game, but like no wonder. But, so like I had two good friends of mine who were linebackers on the team, and we went out one like the first night we were there, and you know you get these little per diem checks, and we like immediately blew all of our per diem in the first night that we were there, and we came back to the rooms, and we were real late, like we were almost gonna miss it, and I like sprinted back to my room. And then they were Chaz and Boo were the linebackers. They went back to their room, and like they barely made it in. And then I don't know what they had. Like they snuck this girl in the room. They had snuck a girl in the room, and like you weren't allowed to have chicks in the room, you know, or anyone else who wasn't on the team on the floor. And they somehow snuck this girl in the room, and I was like, how the fuck did you guys get that chick in there? And then and like the coaches come around to room check. And so our coach, who was the defensive coordinator, or no, he was like an offense. He became a DC later, but he came to check on them. He was banging on the door, and they wouldn't let him in. And he was like, they're all, no, get the fuck out of here. They were all drunk and everything. They're like, get the fuck out of here, fuck you. And like he thought that they were messing with him. You know, he's like, come, like open the door, you know, blah blah blah. And they were like, fuck you, Shram. And then he was banging on the door, and then eventually they let him in, and I guess they hid this chick there's like it was either under the bed or like this, they have like the water heater in some of the rooms or something. Like they had like the like it's like a utility closet thing, and they like hid her in there. And he was like, the coach was like good looking around, he's like, what the fuck, why did you let me in, blah blah blah, all this shit. And then they just proceed to like jump on him and start wrestling him, and like they get him in a headlock and like throw the blankets from the bed on him, and they're wrestling around with this coach, and he's like, I'm telling the defensive coordinator, you're gonna lose your scholarship, blah 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 blah, all this shit. And then like and then he storms out of the room, and he doesn't find the chick. But the next morning they tell me all this, and I'm like, I'm like, what the fuck's, like, what's gonna happen? Are you guys gonna get kicked off the team? And they're like, I don't know. You know, they were really wasted, so they were like regretting it the next day. They were like, I don't know. And then they said our defensive coordinator at the time was really cool. He was a pretty cool. He was one of the coaches that like everybody liked. You know, he's a player's coach.
Yeah.
So he came over to them while we're eating breakfast, and I was sitting with him at breakfast, and he kind of just sits down and he goes, so what happened last night? And then they're like, I don't know, blah blah blah, and they're all, he's all, I heard you guys tried to kidnap Shram or something like that. Like you were throwing all the blankets on him. And they were like, yeah, we were just messing around. And then the DC just starts cracking up, and he's like, that's fucking hilarious. He's like, don't do it again though. And then he walks away from the table. But that was, yeah, I was like,
that's great, dude.
What the fuck? Yeah, I'm like, how did you guys? And then they never found. I don't know what they did, how they got the girl out of there, but somehow, yeah, like she might still be there.
She's still there. Yes.
She's just stuck in the utility closet still.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
That's great, man. Well, we want to get into the real story right here.
Okay.
You went from undrafted to a Super Bowl champ. You were the 53rd man on the Dolphins roster, pretty much up and down waiver wire.
Yeah, I was up and down that year quite a bit. So yeah, I can. You want me to break down like how that whole roster situation?
Yeah, I just kind of want to know like how was the mindset through that, right? Like, because I've been a guy that's had to go up and down between AAA and the major leagues, and being on practice squad and going through the waivers.
Yep.
I know what it's like. So let people know like what it is in football, how different it is in football.
Yeah. So so basically that year in camp, I had a hell of a camp. We had a lot of competition for the backup center spot. So the inside, offensive line, there's 5 players, but usually when you dress on game day, you'll have 7 guys. You'll have one dude who could play all 3 interior, both guards in the center, one guy who can play both tackles. And so that was kind of the position that I was fighting for. And I was having a hell of a camp. I was going head to head with this other guy who was a vet, who was older than me anyways. He had 6 years. I think that was my 3rd year. And then and then there was another guy who they brought in who was a starter for a long time, but had some injuries, and I beat him out. He got cut early in camp because he just wasn't performing, I guess. But so it comes down to me and this other dude in our last preseason game, and we both we both we both have good games. We play well. I thought I outperformed him in the obviously I'm biased, but I thought I outperformed him in the preseason. And then it comes, and I had been he was new. That was his first year there. I had been there. I had started games in the past. I had been on practice squad in the past. I had, so I'd been around as part of the program. I'd been, seen everything up to that point. And then, so then it comes down to last day of roster cuts, and they go, hey, we're going to go with Jock. We're not going to go with you. And I was devastated. I was so pissed because I thought, I earned it. In my eyes, I earned it. But
I think even Pouncey said that you earned a spot on that team that year.
Yeah,
right? That's the support for the team, right?
Is really big. Man.
Crazy, man.
So he went to bat for me in the media. They're pretty big, and I'm still super grateful to Mike for that. But so what ended up happening is he's a vet, so he was a 6-year guy. So if you're on the roster day one, week one of the season, and you're over 6 years, your entire salary is guaranteed. So they said, hey, we're going with Jock. And then right before the first day, they cut him and signed me to the active roster. So they don't have to guarantee
pay him his contract.
Yeah. Exactly. And then I'm
all
like,
about
cool.
the money, dude.
Exactly, all about the money. Yeah, and so I'm like, oh, cool, I'm on the active roster, but I knew exactly what they were doing. I knew they were just going to release. I was going to be there on that week and then get put down to the P squad. So they did that. They brought Jock back. His contract wasn't guaranteed. And then Mike ended up getting hurt. There was an injury somewhere. I think Mike got hurt. Pouncey, our starting center, and then it was in either the second week of the, and it was like, we don't know if he's going to play or not. And we need to kind of have, it was the second week of the season, and they were like, we want to see, they basically told me and Jock, like, hey, we want you guys to compete to see in practice this week to see who we want, to potentially play if Mike can't go. And so then I end up, so we kind of had this week of like competition. And after that week, they released Jock and they signed me to the active roster. And so then I was there, like there was a more permanent, deal that time. So I was on the active roster for, I think, the next 6 weeks. And then as it goes on in the NFL season, you have injuries, guys, you need players at other positions. You need a linebacker or whatever. So you have to move around the roster. And
so how many times did you go back and forth between P squad and on the active roster?
That year, I think I went. So there was week one, then the second week when I was on active roster for about 6 weeks at that point, and then Jay Ajayi came off of temporary IR, and so we were going to fly to Philly. We were flying to Philly, I think, or somewhere. We're flying for an away game, and I come in, Friday to the facility, and they're like, hey, we're going to release you for the weekend and sign you back to the active roster on Monday because we need to move Jay up from IR. And I'm like, so, but like the thing is in the NFL, if you're on the roster past Wednesday, you still get paid for that week. So they were like, we're gonna, you just stay home for the weekend and we're going to fly on this away game and then, come back, we'll sign you back to the active roster on Monday. And I'm like, all right, like fucking, it was just, I was like, I'm still getting paid, but like, this is fucking bullshit, you know? And it's like, you know how frustrating that is. You're like, I know that I know I should be on the active roster. I know I'm better than, I know I can play, like, just need a shot to get in there. And then, and so that happens. And then I'm like, I was pissed off. I was like, you guys keep jerking me around. I told my agent that. He made it clear to them. And then, and I was like, and so I was thinking at that point, like, if they do this again, I hope I get claimed, and then it came, I think, they had some injuries at another position and they did it again. And that was like, that's when I ended up getting claimed by Denver. And so the waiver wire, I don't know if it's the same way in baseball, but there's a thing called the waiver wire, and like you basically after you're released off the active roster, any team for 24 hours in the NFL, any team can pick up your contract and put you on their active roster.
Okay.
So
I think ours is like 3 days. We have
3 days
on our waivers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And get it in,
yeah.
It's okay. With the whistle, no big deal.
Yeah. Oh man. And then yeah, they end up doing that again, and that's when Denver claimed me, and then I ended up going there. So they released me on whatever day it was, Monday or Tuesday, and then my agent called me and said, "Hey, you got claimed by Denver," and it was Monday. It was like Monday afternoon, and he's all, "You got a flight tonight at 8 p.m. to Denver from Miami." So I flew out 8 p.m. that night, landed in Denver, whatever time, woke up at 5:30 or whatever, and to go to the facility in Denver, and I was practicing that day. The next morning there with
down at Mile High Stadium, man.
Down in Mile High, yeah, dude.
Bro,
going from
talk
Florida
about, bro.
To the altitude.
People don't understand the Mile High. The altitude gets you real quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does.
So, yeah, it's crazy, man. But dude, I think what was it? That was 15. Was that the year we met, or did I meet you in 16? I think I met you in 16 the following year.
Yeah, we met in 16 because I remember actually Mark Sanchez was like, "Hey, let's all go." He like took the whole O-line to the Rockies game, and that's where we met in the locker room.
Yeah, that was, and I think immediately we're like, bro, this guy has tattoos. This guy's tatted up. Like, we just started talking about tattoos, dude.
Yeah. I was just like, "What's up, man?" And I was like, "What's up?" I'm all, "You're from where you from?" You're like, "California." I'm all, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. So we just kind of bonded over that. We started talking, and then obviously we talked through Instagram and text or whatever. But it's been cool just to be able to share that journey with, someone that plays for your same city, which was cool, man. Like,
really cool.
How did you like Denver? For me, Denver is the coolest place for me.
Yeah, I like Denver a lot, man. I had so much fun there with my daughter. There was so much stuff to do. Like, it was great for just they had so many cool little neighborhoods there, and then so much outdoor shit. You could go hiking in the mountains, go over to Boulder. Like, there was so much fun stuff to do there. Out the river in the summertime, it was a blast. I really like living in that city.
Obviously, Super Bowl champ. Right?
Yep.
What was that like, dude? The Super Bowl. I mean, obviously we know. I think were you injured at the time? Did you have an injury during the Super Bowl, or you were?
No, I was on active roster. I wasn't injured, and then I didn't. Okay. So it was like they have it. There's like active. There's game day, and then there's active roster, and then there's inactive on game day. And that day I was inactive, so I wasn't. Okay. So I was just not. I wasn't playing. They're like, you're on the active roster, but you're not playing in the game. And I was like, all right, yeah. I knew that was coming, but yeah. But it was insane. Like, it was surreal because it's something you dream about from when you're a kid. It's just fucking wild, man. And like the whole week, the whole week before is pretty crazy too, because it's just the media circus. Like, every day there's interviews, there's press things, there's the opening night, there's like all this kind of stuff, and the whole time they're trying to stay focused on like practice and game plan and like what we're doing. Like, yeah, dude, it's so it was crazy.
I heard goodie bags are insane at the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, they are, dude. It was wild. I don't know how much, like, yeah, you got so much stuff. I got like a giant thing from Nike, like a giant bag from Nike. There was just like, they were just every day they had you'd come into your locker after practice and there'd be like some new gift in there. There was like, I don't know. I think I got like a PlayStation or something one day, like stuff from Bose, like the headphones. Like, there was, I don't know, man. There was all kinds of crazy.
That's awesome.
Crazy shit.
That's what it's about, dude. Just living your dream, doing what you love, and getting gifts, man. That's
and making it. Going just like you said, just doing something that you dreamed about from when you were a kid, and like it's crazy. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put in words. It's like, wow, this is the Super Bowl. This is it. It's crazy. But what else was?
I know. Stumpy had a question about after the game.
I mean, you guys obviously, you got to celebrate the W. So
Yeah.
what's that after party like? Like, how does that work out?
Yeah. So like they know everybody, wants to go out and celebrate, obviously.
Yeah.
So the team just throws a party in the team hotel that you're staying at. So like people don't have, you don't have to go out
Little
and
run
like,
around.
get a DUI or get into some kind of whatever trouble or something. They just have the party right there. And it's like the entire, how every hotel room has like their banquet halls and reception, all those things. So it's like all of it is like built out. They had a stage, they had like Flo Rida perform, they had Too Short, they had like all this stuff, and then like outside they had like all these big giant tents that there was just beer like alcohol everywhere, bars, like everything was free. You can bring all your family, all your friends, all your people, like the coaches, you're getting like hammered with your coach, like all so it was pretty rad. It was cool, man. And then like everybody still can go up to their room. So like you would leave, you would just go up to your room, to your floor, and it would be like every door was open and everybody was having like their own party in their room.
Party,
yeah. Dude, like
that's
a
cool.
A little party.
hotel
That's sick, dude.
Yeah, it was rad. It was cool, man. That was a blast.
That's
so much fun.
Yeah, dude. I got to celebrate a AL East championship
Oh,
for the first time. Dude, I never went never went to the playoffs in I think at that point it was like 14 years.
Yeah.
And dude, it was the coolest thing ever, like popping bottles and spraying champagne.
You come in the locker room and fucking
bro, but I can only imagine winning a freaking Super Bowl. How crazy that would be.
Oh yeah, it was wild, man. It was wild. There's the party. Nobody slept that night, and then you like go to get on the plane. You like go to get on the plane to fly to back to Denver, and like everybody's still just drinking, like passing stuff around. Yeah, it was heavy, man.
You gotta keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
We need to know. I want to know how many diamonds are in that ring.
There's a lot. I used to know like they're it's the number means something. Like there's a certain amount of diamonds, and it means something I can't remember exactly what it is.
To the organization. I think every team is a diamond organizational thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It means something to and it was pretty sick, man. I forgot. Should I go grab it? Do you guys want to see, or can we do that? Or
I mean, we can do whatever you want.
This is your party, brother. If you want it.
Yeah, if you guys want to see it, I'll go grab it real quick. What's up, guys?
I'm just glad that you're wearing pants, dude. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Professionalism all the way.
The quarantine mullet, is that what we call it?
I call it the work from home. Work from home now. I got like I usually have like a polo or a nice shirt on top, and then the old basketball shorts on the bottom. The work from home mullet.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, basketball shorts, no underwear, just free balling it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but here's the. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, it's perfect right there.
Yeah.
That thing's killer, dude. That thing is massive. My goodness.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty sick too. Like, because the 50 is kind of unique because all the Super Bowls are Roman numerals, but like. Yeah. 50 was the only one that was, numbers, like, because 50 in Roman numerals, I guess, is just an L, and they didn't know. It looked
they don't want to put an L.
Yeah, you got it. You want an L. You took an L. Great job. Yeah.
You're the winner, but you got an L.
You got an L. So then and it has your name and number on the side there, and then this one says, Denver Broncos, and it says that I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says this one's for Pat, and that's in reference to. Pat Bolin, the owner, who he hadn't passed at that point, but he had Parkinson's or dementia. He was really sick. Really sick, and he's passed since then. But he was very sick at the time. He couldn't make it to the game or anything. But then inside the ring too, I don't know if you can't really tell, but like there's the playoff wins, the playoff games.
Oh, that's cool.
The number, the score,
the opponents, and then the score. And then, Super Bowl 50 and the date, and the Broncos had the logo.
So that was Peyton Manning's last game too, right?
It was, yeah. That was his last one.
That's sick.
How was it playing with the GOAT?
It was crazy, man. It was like it's one of those guys that, the teammates that you have that are so good. It's like it elevates your game. You're like, I don't want to fuck up because I don't want to let that guy down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, tell me about it.
like
I played with 3 of those guys.
3, yeah, right. So man. And so it's like but he was also like, I could tell a quick story about, he was, obviously GOAT, Hall of Fame player, incredibly talented, but a great dude, like a leader, a great person. Like, so we went to the White House after, you go, the team goes to the White House and meets the president and everything. And we did the whole ceremony. We were leaving, and we're getting on the bus, and they had fans there, like outside the bus. And there was people, asked for autographs. And I don't think that we were allowed to sign any, but there was a kid who really wanted Peyton's autograph, and he's like, "Oh, I can't," he went on the bus, and then they all went on the bus, and you could see the kid was really upset. Like, he was crying, he was like, his dad was like, "It's okay." And then Peyton told one of the equipment, he grabbed one of the equipment guys, and he's like, "Hey, can you run down underneath the bus and grab one of my jerseys and go give it to that kid?" And so the guy went down and got it, and then brought it to Peyton, and he signed it, and then took it out and gave it to the kid. And the kid was like, he started crying like harder because he got the jersey. You know what I mean? But like, that's the kind of guy that he was, man. He was just an all around class individual and a great player and a great person.
That's awesome. That's killer.
GOAT, straight GOAT right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, man. We're coming to the end of this, and we have
for sure
what we call the Fire 5. We give you 5 questions. You have to answer them as fast as you can.
Oh shit!
And this is how we end the show.
They're nothing too crazy. We promise.
We're
not giving you essays or anything here.
So
fuck one, marry one, kill one.
On Utah's pro day. Here's number 1. On Utah's pro day, you repped out 29 reps in the 225. How many can you rep out right now?
24 at the most.
24?
Yeah, dude, like you got to train for that. Like it's like, it took like, you had to train for like months to like rep out that many. So maybe I get 22, 24 right now, but probably not 29 or so. I don't know.
That's still impressive.
That's still impressive.
Still blows my mind.
Bad. Yeah, not bad.
All right. Best Halloween costume you've ever worn?
Ooh. Damn it. I was one of the super fans one year from Chicago, like the SNL skit, the Chicago guys. Like, did cut the Bears, and I had an actual mullet. I was in college, and I actually had a mullet.
Real
so
hair.
Like it fit. Yeah, real mullet. Yeah. So.
We need a picture of that. I need a picture of that.
Yeah, dude. I might have an old one somewhere, but yeah, that was probably one of my best, just because the mullet like made the whole thing.
Oh, it's classic.
Number 3, most beers consumed in 24 hours.
Probably in the 50s, somewhere. Like, yeah, I think so. Like, there's been a couple like gnarly benders, especially when I was traveling. When I was in Brazil, there was like a 24-hour span where like, it was rough. It was crazy.
What is your go-to Netflix and chill?
Like go-to show to watch?
What's your choice of a Netflix and chill?
Dude, right now, Tiger King. Probably Tiger King was like one of the craziest.
You took a picture with a tiger too. In where was it? Was that Thailand? Where you were?
Yeah,
Brazil?
in Thailand.
Yeah,
Thailand. Yeah, Thailand. Dude, you haven't seen it? You got to watch that. Dude,
I watched episode 1, man. I feel like it's just a dangerous hole to go down.
It's a great hole. Like one. Yeah, it's one of the craziest stories I've ever heard. Like, probably, yeah, it's crazy.
Yes. Number 5. You're a Cali guy. Vans or Converse?
Vans.
Yes.
All the way.
Look at that.
Vans
all the way.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, we have appreciated you being on the show, dude. It's been a blast.
Yeah, it's been a real blast.
Can't thank
you guys
you
for
enough.
having me, man.
Yeah, man. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be epic, and we can't wait for the viewers to hear this.
Right on, man. I'm glad that you invited me. I'm glad to take part. It was a blast, dude. I enjoyed it too. So yeah.
All right, brother. Thank you. Bro, I'm done with this. And that was absolute gold from our guy, Sam Brenner. Wow. This guy, what a story, man. I'm speechless. Honestly, I'm speechless at this point. This guy, story, his grind, his mind and what he's overcome and what he's done is just blows me away. But wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, we've talked about him a couple times before this, even like before we even decided to say, hey, let's bring him in, let's have a conversation with him. I know you told me how impressed and like your 2 cents on him, essentially.
Yeah.
Speechless. I think you nailed. Like it's a great story. He's authentic. He's himself. He's
a grinder in the football world, man, and that's something to appreciate because that sport's tough enough, and then have to go through the waiver wire like he did. Huh.
Dude,
No
up
thanks.
and down. That sounds terrible. I mean, you even said it like a little bit about how that works. I mean, I think his was a little wild. Like it was weekly.
Yeah,
like I couldn't imagine that. But I think it's something we've seen too. Like he talks about that blue collar, that hard work ethic, like just like grinding and showing up every day and just putting it all out there. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and then just to see what he's done, to become a Super Bowl champion, dude, that's the icing on the cake.
It's
right?
The pinnacle, man. It's the pinnacle, dude. It's wild.
It's so dope, bro. And I absolutely loved having him on, and it was an honor, dude. We had a Super Bowl champ on the couch.
On the couch.
The couch.
Yeah, there's no words. There's really no words.
But yeah, if you're looking for some gold, Sam Brenner, some gold right there.
That is some gold. What's awesome about him too is he's not done. Like he's going to get his master's. He's going back to school. He wants to essentially. I don't want to say give back because I don't think that's the right word. But he's ready to impress what he's done and how he's been successful in getting there. And he wants to put that on athletes and train them and make them prepared for what he's done. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, dude. I mean, anybody that goes from 315 pounds to 270 pounds and looks the way he does,
just jacked.
Come on, there's some work ethic there.
Yeah, that's impressive. It's next level. So I hope you all enjoyed that. But that leads us into a beer update, and I think it's more of a local update, right? Like, look, we talked about it in the first episode. Think local, drink local. We're in this weird time where our local community is what's most important.
Yes,
so. Not a lot's changed. They're still doing the same things that they've been doing. They're still filling beer. They're still making beer. It's just a much less. They've laid people off. They've furloughed them. They've told them we're going to hire you again when it comes back. And the one way we can make sure that they're able to provide us this, I know it's not the same beer I needed. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We're recording on different nights. But look, to make the great beer that we drink, that we like, to keep them around, we got to support them.
We got to go buy beer from our local breweries. We've got to buy food from, mom and pop shops or, local diners or, we've got a place down the street called Nikki's Kitchen. Like if you're in the area, go check it out in Yorba Linda. Unbelievable. But like help these mom and pop shops out, help these people out because this is crazy times for all of us. And, we want to give back. It's helping it out.
Yeah, and again, I think this leads just from the beginning, right? We don't want to beat a dead horse. We've all been doing this for 40 plus days. So if you're going to spend your money, spend it on those local shops. Support them.
Do it now.
Do it now. Last item before we wrap it up.
History.
Sports. We'd have like some fun like lights and stuff. I don't know. I got really excited.
Like laser pointers.
Like, yeah, something like that. Something that comes out. But yeah, sports history of the day for April. Oh, dude, 2/3. 2/3, 23rd. That's life-changing. Favorite number. But in 1939, let me make sure. Yep. Oh no, gosh, I was way off. 43.
Oh wait, left-handed.
He's lefty. Yeah, he was definitely left-handed. 1943, Ted Williams hit his first dinger.
See ya.
Dingers. Get out of here. Best hitter, look, I'm going to say it. Best hitter in the game?
521 homers, 344 batting average.
Dude, look at you with those stats, bro.
Are you kidding me? The guy's a legend, bro.
Dude, did you see his WAR?
What area he did. I don't care what area he did it.
Oh,
yeah,
it doesn't
121. 121.9.
Yeah, basically just call it 122. 122. Let's just
cool. We'll round it up. We'll round it up.
Him.
But you know what? But that guy would not want you to round it up. He would say, "I did not
round it down. Go to 121 even." That's right. That's right.
I didn't earn that 122, right? That's unbelievable.
Best hitter in the game, or does he?
He's my top three for sure. He's top three, 100% for me.
So you got Ted Williams,
there's
Barry
Ted
Bonds.
Williams, there's Barry Bonds, there's Mike Trout. Hands down, those are my top three.
I don't think you can get a better top three. I really don't. Because I'm right there. Ted Williams, Barry Bonds, no question asked. Like, dude, I saw a ridiculous stat on him. I'm going to find it and I'm going to post it on us about Barry Bonds, where he swung and missed at less pitches than he walked from 2001 on or something like that.
Oh yeah, hey, I mean, if you go look up his number, it's video game stats. It's literally playing PlayStation game.
Yeah,
it's a joke.
Look, juice or not, doesn't matter.
You still have to hit the baseball.
You're still hitting the baseball, and everyone's doing it. Like, I always go back to that Eric Gagne, Barry Bonds at bat, where it's like 99 inside, and he's just fighting it off, and he's got the change.
It's a 3-2. It's like a 10-pitch at bat.
Dude, yeah, it's a long battle, and then the ball just disappears into the night sky into McCovey Cove. Like, he hit it a ton, and it was, I think it was 99. Like, inside, it wasn't even on the black. It was a half inch or an inch in.
Yeah, and Gagne.
Gagne.
Yeah, Gagne. I don't think Gagne could throw a baseball. I think we might have seen that before.
I'm down for that.
Gagne was the best at that time. He was the best closer in the game, hands down.
It's not even a question. What do you have? 50?
Absolute fuel with a nasty changeup that just dropped off the table.
Dude, like this.
Barry Bonds, he would spit on that changeup like it was.
Dude, how do you do that? Like, I don't understand.
No, I'm swinging through it every single time.
We all know I am. I mean, I'm not even going to say I'm swinging. We all know I am. So, just wild. Maybe that's our question of the day that we'll post in the morning. Your top 3 hitters of all time.
Top 3 hitters of all time. I mean, if you're not in those 3 are just, it's tough.
I don't know how you pick a better 3, to be honest with you.
There's some good hitters of this. I don't care what era you are. What Barry Bonds did, I don't know.
It's special.
And then Trout's the second. Like, Trout being right-handed and being put in the numbers he's putting up. I mean, most of those numbers come from left-handed hitters. I don't know how. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Have prettier swings, but to be right-handed and to get down the line the way he does is, whew. Like I said, I got a quick story for you real quick. I'm going to run this through. I saw Mike Trout in Double-A. We were playing Double-A in the Texas League together. He was with, Little Rock at the time. I was with Corpus Christi. I remember his first game we played against him. First at bat, hits a 1 or 2 hopper to our shortstop, who's Jonathan VR, who's a big league shortstop now.
The real deal, yeah.
Shortstop takes 2 pumps, throws it to first. Mike Trout beats it out. I was like, holy crap, that kid's fast. Fastest white guy I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Next at bat, he hits a pump dead center that clears everything, and I was like, wait, this guy's got power and speed. And it literally went over the basketball court in center field at the stadium, and I was like, this guy's going to be in the big leagues this year.
Was that the year he got up at the end of the year?
Oh yeah, I think he ended up going to Salt Lake or something, and then getting called up. But it was the most impressive thing I've ever seen on a baseball field that time in my career.
Well, back to back, right? Just someone lights out fast and then hits the ball.
He literally hit a routine ground ball that he beat out by a step off a guy that had a cannon.
Yeah, John. Yeah, he's the real deal. He was in with the Astros, and then he went to.
Yeah, so he had that famous butt slide into Brandon Phelps.
Yes, that's right. Yes. That's right.
It's one of my greatest moments as an Astro, is watching that live, because I see it every day. You see it everywhere.
It happens,
on Instagram. Yeah. It's everywhere. Instagram.
Yeah.
But funniest moment I've ever seen on a baseball field, just straight into Brandon Phillips. That dude's butt.
That dude. I do love me some Brandon Phillips, man.
That's the homie right there, man.
He was a fun watch, a fun follow on that.
He was in this is how bad baseball is right now. He was in Mexico playing last year.
How? What? He still play? I thought he was like.
No, he was with the Red Sox the year before. He was in Mexico last year. The guy loves playing baseball, man.
Dude, the guy can play still.
I mean, we got guys playing in Mexico. You've got Rajay Davis, who's down in Mexico. Danny Espinosa, who's down in Mexico. You got Jose Bautista. You got Jose Bautista, who's trying to become a pitcher because these guys are good athletes. They are baseball players, but the game has no room for them anymore somehow. It's a joke. It's a joke.
That's why. All those guys right there.
It's unbelievable.
That's why. Man, look, you said it at the beginning. This is a heater of an episode for your eardrums. Your eardrums.
I didn't even want to talk today. I just wanted to listen.
No. It was one we debated. Do we just say, hey, look, hey, enjoy listening to Sam. We're just gonna drink a beer and you guys hang out, like have fun. I don't know. It just didn't feel right.
Yeah. Because it's a little longer because Sam just brought straight fire.
We couldn't cut him off though. We just couldn't do it.
We thank you for listening and following along with our gibberish throughout this episode.
Hey, and if you're listening on the 23rd, we got Thirsty Thursday tonight around 8:15 Pacific Standard Time. Get a beer, get on your couch. We're going to get on, well, he's going to get on the couch. I'm going to sit in this awkward chair I have. But we're going to go live. We're going to answer some questions. We're going to talk about everything and just have a good old time shooting the breeze.
Yes. Thirsty Thursday. I love it.
Thursday's on the couch. So, hey, you guys enjoy your night. Sit tight. We love you.
Peace out.